Welcome to the Assassin's Corner. I'm the Cerebral Assassin, and with me is the General.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. All right, let's get back into some MCP, some Marvel Crisis Protocol. Today we're going to be bringing you Red Skull.
Yeah.
Man, he's amazing. So let's go ahead and get right into him. So we'll start with his stats, which is he's got 6 health. He has a movement of medium. He has a height of 2, and he has a cost of 4. So let's go into his defense, which against physical is 4, energy is 3, and mystical is 3.
Pretty respectable.
Yeah, it is. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the model here.
It's slick. I like it. Now, we'll go through what the cube does later on.
This was painted by
Andy.
Andy the painter.
Brother Andy.
From Stiff Neck Studios.
It looks like the business.
Looks like the business. It is the business.
It is the business.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first ability. It's Strike. It's got a 2 range, 5 dice, and 0 cost. After this attack is resolved, this character gains power equal to the damage dealt. Pretty basic, just like everyone else. He has a push for every whirlpool. Well, he can only push once, but yeah, for a whirlpool, he can push. Before damage is dealt, this character may push the target small range.
Now that's kind of key because I've played the Red Skull now with nearly every game that I've played. And he usually is the kind of character that he hangs around the back. And if you have an objective in your area and you have an enemy hero villain taking the objective from you, that push becomes really vital. Especially if he hasn't got any special powers left or hasn't got any power tokens left on him. So that actually is a little bit better because most people just have damage and, after damage dealt you gain power. But he has that push, which makes it a little bit extra special.
He does. All right, so let's go into the next one, which is Cosmic Blast. It's an energy attack.
Yep.
It's got a 4 range, 5 dice attack, and 1 energy cost. Now, the sap power has a sap power which, for a whirlpool, when you roll a whirlpool, before damage is dealt, the target character suffers or loses 1 power for each whirlpool in the attack roll.
That's huge.
And this character gains that amount of power.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. There are synergies with that. So if you're able to get 2 whirlpools out, you take 2 power. That makes a big difference for some of the other stuff here. Or if that adds more to his power, because you always start with 1 power in the beginning. If you just happen to have 2 power and you take 2 power, you can then cast the next one, which is his next.
Or you could go right into Master of the Cube when we'll get to that here in a little bit. So you have Unleash the Cube. It's another energy attack.
I love this one.
It's got a 4 range, 7 attack dice. That's huge. And for 4 power. Now what this does is if this attack deals damage, after it is resolved, the character may throw the target small ranged.
Also?
It's also awesome. So Reality Warp. For a whirlpool that you roll, after this attack is resolved, the target character and characters within 1 range of the target character gains stun special condition. This character is not affected by the Reality Warp.
That's fantastic. So what I love about this, and we'll go into the Master of Evil in a second, is the synergies. This is one of my favorite ones because you stun everyone around you, and the 7 dice is pretty steep. And you also throw. So not only do you do 7 damage, you throw the target, and then you do additional damage to the target and the character. So yeah, it's pretty solid. Well, one of the best abilities in the game, I think. Now I'll tell you how you get that down pretty easy, but with power cost.
Yep. So let's go ahead and do Master of Evil. This is the Red Skull's affiliation for the Cabal. Each time an allied character damages an enemy character with an attack, after the attack is resolved, the attacking charger or character gains 1 power.
That's huge.
Yep.
So at this moment in time, I think until Loki and his sister comes out, I think he's the only evil villain character that has a Cabal affiliation. So he's right now, if you're going to take it like me, like a Puritan, a pure villain army, pure villain team of villains, I feel like I need to always take Red Skull. Now, the reason why this is so key is just look at himself. You do Cosmic Blast first, let's just say, or Strike. You cause a damage on that character, on that hero or villain against Red Skull. You gain 1 extra power, right? So if you've got sat power and you get a gain a whirlpool or 2 whirlpools, suddenly you're ending up with 3 power. If you start off with 1 power in the beginning of the turn, you've got your 4 power. You go boom, unleash the cube for your second action. So he's a power generating monster. And let's go through a bit more to show how much more power this guy can generate.
Right. So his next 2 abilities are his superpowers, which are active abilities. So the first one is Cosmic Cube. It's an action. So you got to spend an action to do this ability. This character gains 3 power. Roll 5 dice for each skull rolled. This character suffers 1 damage. This superpower can only be used once per turn.
That's huge. The fact that he can spend an action to generate 3 power, and on the first turn of the game he gains 1 power, which means you can automatically cast that off. So he's really kind of like a power building monster. He's your power factory. But again, having him in your team is if you're running a pure villain list. That is key. The affiliation is key because no one else has got that. And that makes a big difference to the game as well.
Yeah, it does. All right, so let's get in the next one. Master of the Cube. Choose this character or another allied character within 4 range of this character and place it within 2 range of its current position.
That's awesome.
A character can be placed by the superpower only once per turn. And this costs 3 power.
Yeah. Now, what I like about this one is the fact that you can start moving people like Crossbones and Venom, who are slow-moving characters. They use a slow-moving range. That power gets them to the objective or to the heroes or villains you want to take out a lot closer. So he acts as more of a buffer and a high damage dealer. Again, he's very versatile, but a lot of his good stuff is very costly. So although he can do a lot of stuff, that costs an action. That can only be done once per turn. His Unleash costs 4. So you've got to generate a lot of power, which with his synergies you can do as well.
All right, so let's get into his inactive ability, which is Hell Hydra. When this character is targeted by an attack, it may use this superpower. Choose another allied character within 2 range to become the new target of the attack, regardless of range or line of sight.
Huge. Again, he is one of your characters that, if you lose him, you lose that affiliation. So he's kind of like, in my games, he always acts as the Kingmaker. He's not the ultimate damage dealer, but he's the Kingmaker that helps everyone else and buffs everyone else. So again, if someone tries to take him out, I always have like Crossbone, because if you synergize with Crossbone, Crossbone's got an ability as if he suffers a damage for 1 power, he can ignore 1 damage as well. Yep. So there are synergies that you can use.
All right, let's go ahead and flip it over.
Yep.
And here we go. All right, so let's see what has changed. It looks like all his stats are the same.
Pretty much.
Looks like the abilities are the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's got 12 health, so basically he has 6 health at the beginning, 6 health, that's kind of big. He's not easy to take out either. If you're coming up against him, if you can go after him, do go after him, because he gives a massive net. He's like Captain America, gives a massive net benefit to the rest of the team. Or he's like Panther, Black Panther. Is it Black Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah, it's like Black Panther. The Wakanda rule is amazing. So that's it.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Red Skull, going into his stats and his cards and having a look at them. Stay tuned to the next video, and we will see you
on the other side.